Hello, everyone. Good morning. Today we're going to do a Hatha Vinyasa class. So it's going to be working on flexibility and on strength, and more of a flow class. So we'll flow a little bit more through the poses. So if you're more of a beginner, please feel free to take any block or anything that you can prop yourself onto if needed. And always remember to take it easy and go as far as you can. So go ahead and take a seat. So sit back with your legs crossed or back on your feet, on your heels. Get yourself into a nice straight back. Start by closing your eyes. Put your hands down on your knees. If you're just waking up here, start by taking some nice and deep breaths. Get some fresh air in your lungs. So breathe in deeply through your nose, fill up your stomach. And exhale, release everything out. Listen to the sound of your breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale, release. So imagine that sound like the sound you hear in a seashell, the ocean sound. Inhale. Exhale deeply. Just take this time to sort of go through, analyze your body. How does it feel today as you wake up? How do you feel also mentally? What's your state of mind? And if it helps, always try to find a point of focus. It can be between your eyebrows or in your chest, also depends on the person. Wonderful. So now that we found our concentration here, we're going to start with the universal mantra Om. So bring your hands in prayer at your chest. Take a big inhale. Inhale again. And last time. Bring your hands down back on your knees. Slowly blink your eyes open. I'm going to start by warming up your shoulders. So inhale, bring your shoulders up. Exhale, down and back. Nice circles warming up here. Inhale up. Exhale back down. A couple more times here. And the other way, so going back first, up, and bring them forward. Nice and wide circles. And come back to a neutral posture here. Shoulders are down and relaxed. And we're going to start warming up the spine a little bit. So inhale and bring both arms up, stretch up. Look up to your hands. Exhale, reach your right hand back behind you and your left hand on your knee. Take a slight twist here, just make it slight. Just don't take it too far as we're still warming up. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, left hand on your left knee and right hand and left hand behind you. Slightly look back just to feel that stretch in your neck. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist on the other side. With a deep exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist again on the other side. You can look back a little bit further. Just take the time to analyze how your body feels when you do this twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, there's probably always one side is a little bit tighter than the other. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Remember always, as you take the twist, do it from inside out. So bring your pelvis into this twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale one last time. Inhale, reach up. Then exhale, release your hands on your knees. And we're going to come onto hands and knees. Plank pose. Start with a few cat-cows always, just to warm up the spine, lubricating the vertebra, and just waking it up nice and slow. So inhale, bring your chest forward, open that chest, look up lightly. Exhale, round your back, push into those hands. Spread those shoulder blades. Inhale, come back into cow, look up. Exhale, feel that wave going through your back. So from the pelvis up to the top of your head. Inhale, back again. Open those collarbones, spread them out, up. Exhale. And from here, we're going to start doing some light circles. So send your hips to one side and look to your side also. And circle to the other side. So you're going to feel your spine here in a different way. Always same thing here, guiding with your breath. So inhale as you look up. Exhale as you come down. So feel free to actually do the movements here that make you feel good. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Just make it into a flow here. So you need to experiment with your body in order to know what makes it feel good. Always taking it nice and slow and not being abrupt. And opposite way here. Circle again. Great. 3 more times and circle. And come back to neutral. Reach your hands a little bit more forward here, and we're going to push into your first downward facing dog. So push into your hands and knees. Fingers are nice and spread out. And send those hips up towards the sky. Exhale. Push nicely, evenly into feet and hands.
Start walking the dog here as we're warming up. So bend your left and your right leg. Remember to keep those shoulders nice and externally rotated, so away from your ears. Wonderful. And slowly come back to center. So those legs can still be bent, it's not a problem. What we're going to do here is take a nice and deep bend. Inhale and exhale, push into your feet and send those hips up and gradually straighten your legs and send the heels a little bit closer to the ground. Because this really allows you to get a little bit deeper here to the stretch. Bend again, inhale, exhale, push here, room to push into your hands also. Send those heels down towards the ground. Remember to send your sitting bones up towards the ceiling in order for your back not to be so rounded. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Sink a little bit more into the posture. And on the next inhale, we're going to bring our right foot to the front in between our feet. Remember, you can help yourself with your hand if you can't reach to the front. Back knee to the ground, look in front of you. Exhale, reach your other foot to the front. Release your hands to the ground here. And roll yourself up slowly, gradually, straightening your legs. Head comes last and extend those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release here. And we're going to start warming up with a few Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. So keep your feet together. Inhale, exhale, your hands in prayer. Inhale, look up slightly, bend your knees, look back. Exhale, Uttanasana, so keep your legs bent, fold to the ground here. The weight is more into your toes. Take your elbows in your hands and give yourself a little sway side to side. Release your neck. So we're making space in the vertebra here before we do any back bends or more intense twists. We need to make space in the spine. Great. Slowly come to center and let your hands fall down to the ground. Inhale your left foot to the back of the mat, your knee to the ground, look in front of you. Hold, make a plank here, straight back, push into your hands. Exhale, knee, chest and chin to the ground. Inhale, come into your first cobra here, so make it light. Push into your hands, shoulder blades together. Exhale yourself back into downward facing dog. Send those hips up towards the sky. Inhale your left foot to the front of the mat. Right knee to the ground. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Look up to the ceiling, extend, and release those hands back down. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, look up, slightly bend the knees. Exhale, Uttanasana. It's okay if the knees are still bent here. Inhale, send your right foot to the back of the mat, knee to the ground. Make a plank, hold. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, cobra, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're bending our spine here, all directions, waking it up. Inhale, your right foot to the front of the mat, look forward. Exhale, the other foot to the front. Inhale, reach up, extend, slightly look back, and release. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, look up. So slight back bend here, but don't make it too intense. Exhale to the ground. Inhale your left foot to the back of the mat. Hold, make a plank. Exhale, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Keep those elbows against the sides of your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other foot. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling, look up. Exhale, release. A couple more times here. So remember, you can take it to your own rhythm. Just remember to not be abrupt. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of the mat. The other foot, plank, pressing your hands. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, cobra, shoulders nice and down, away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right foot to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other. Inhale, reach up. So you should feel your body nice and warm by now. Last time on the left side. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, your left foot to the back of the mat. Hold, make a plank here, straight back. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, look up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left foot to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other foot comes next to the left foot. Inhale, all the way back up. Reach up. Exhale, release both hands. Open up your feet a little bit wider. Close your eyes. Take the time to breathe deeply here. Feel how your body's warmed up. Feel your heart rate. And just take a few deep breaths here to calm your heart rate down. Now you're grounded into the ground here through your feet. And open up your eyes again. Bring your feet back together. We're ready to come into a high lunge. You're going to send your right leg back and bend your front leg. Send those arms up towards the sky. So check onto your ankle here. You can see your front toe. Your knee is right over your foot here. And look in front of you. Feel a nice stretch in the hip flexor here also. We're going to open up into warrior two, so that back heel comes down towards the ground. Extend those arms out, straight line, parallel to the floor. Check that you are nice and aligned here, so your front heel comes to the middle of your back foot. Pushing into your front and back foot so that your
torso is nice and open and the shoulders are over your hips. You're not falling forward like this or back. And we're going to come into reverse warrior. So inhale, in your back hand is going to come on your back leg. Send that arm overhead and look up towards the ceiling or down to your back foot. Just remember to have a nice angle in your front knee. Inhale, come back to center. And this time, bring your arm on your front leg. So bend it here as a support. And the other arm comes overhead straight. Look in front. Look on your side here. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse once again here. Inhale, come back to center and rotate both hands to the ground. Come back and sit downward facing dog. So send that foot back behind you. So you can probably feel that left leg firing here. Inhale, send your left leg slightly up. And as you exhale, bend it in towards your chest and bring that foot in between your hands. And come into high lunge again. So inhale, straighten up, reach those arms up towards the sky, and settle yourself into the posture. So make sure your hips here are facing the front of the mat. Your whole body is engaged in the posture. Inhale and exhale, open up into warrior two. So the back heel comes down to the ground. Straight line here between both feet. Extend your arms. Check that you have a good alignment here so you're not opening up towards the back here. And look to your front hand. Great, and we're going to come into reverse warrior. So bring your back hand down on your back leg. Remember not to press onto your knee or above or under. And the other arm reaches overhead. Look up towards the ceiling or down to the ground. Nice and a good flexion in the front leg. Feel that extension on your right side. Inhale, come back to center. And fold over on your front leg. So you're going to use that front arm as a support here on your knee. Send that other arm over your ear straight. So you have a line between your back foot and the tip of your left fingers. Inhale, come back to center. I'm going to reverse the warrior once again here. So fall back onto your leg lightly. Inhale, come back to center and send both hands down to the ground on either side of your front foot. And back into downward facing dog. Exhale here. Just for a second and send your knees to the ground. Come into a little child's pose here. So bring your forehead to the ground. Give yourself a little break. Breathe nice and deep here. Give yourself a little stomach massage here at the same time as we're here.
Wonderful. And push into those hands. Once again, come into downward facing dog. Push into your hands and feet. Send your hips up. Inhale, reach your left foot up, right foot. Exhale, send your foot in between your hands. Come for a little moment here into high lunge. We're just going to transition here into warrior three. So push into your front leg. Push yourself forward. That back leg comes off the ground. Send your arms back to your sides. And your back leg is parallel to the ground here. Foot is flexed so that your hips are square. Find a point of focus. Strong core also here. We're going to transition into half moon. So bring your right hand down to the ground. You're going to rotate your chest and your hips so that your left hip is over your right hip and your left elbow over your right elbow. Your arm comes up, straight up, facing the sky. Your left foot is flexed. Strong core here, strong leg. Look down to the ground for balance. Wonderful. And square those hips again. And we're going to come back into high lunge. So bring that foot back on the floor. Front leg is still bent. Arms go up. And come back to the ground. So both feet, both hands down to the ground. Come back into downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, your left leg slightly up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend, push into your hands, and bring your foot in between your hands. Inhale, exhale into high lunge here, just to transition. Inhale and exhale, push yourself into warrior three, so push into that front leg. Back leg comes off the ground, parallel to the ground. Chest is nice and open. And your arms come to your sides here. Strong core. So you might be wobbling. If you fall out, don't worry. Just come back into the posture. Now we come into half moon. So bring your left hand down to the ground here and stack your left hip over the right hip over the left. Same thing with the shoulders here. So keep your core nice and tight. And look down to a fixed point. Find yourself at Drishti. And come back to high lunge. Slowly bring that foot back on the floor. Wonderful. So these are a little bit more intense here, but always remember to breathe. If you feel you can't breathe and you're falling out, just take a moment to inhale and exhale nice and deep. I'm going to send those hands back down to the ground, and this time just come into a low lunge. So let your right knee come down to the ground and bring your hands on your front knees. So bring yourself to a straight back, open your chest and find a point in front of you. And I'm just going to take a nice deep stretch here, the hip flexors and the lower back. From here, bring your hand down to your left side. So if you have a block, if you need to, you can use that to bring your hand on top of it. And extend your right arm over you. And bring it to your left side. Look under your armpit here. Feel that extension coming from the tip of your toes on your right side, up to the tip of your fingers. Wonderful. Inhale back to center. And bring your hands down to the ground here. Tuck your back toes in and bring your knee off the ground. And we're going to take a little bit of an active stretch here. So you're going to exhale and push into your front heel, and your front toes are going to come off the ground. And as you do this, you're going to lightly fold over your leg here. Inhale, bend back into the front leg, come into a lunge. Exhale, extend again. So don't worry about entirely folding over that leg. You're just going to feel that extension in your legs here. Remember to push into both feet. So as much as possible, your hips are still facing the front of the mat. Take it nice and slow. If your leg is not entirely extended, that's fine. As you bend your leg, look in front of you. We want to, as much as possible, keep the integrity of the spine, so healthy shapes of the spine as we extend it. And one last time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Stay a little bit longer here. Inhale, come back to low lunge. And we're going to change. So come back into downward facing dog. Bring both feet to the back. And send your left foot to the front in between your hands. Come into low lunge. So the back knees to the ground. Prop yourself up. And both hands on your front leg. Take the time here to settle yourself into the posture. Check that your front foot is not coming too much to the front of the mat, so you have a nice 90-degree angle here with your knee. Also, be aware that your core is not completely letting go, so you're not falling into your front leg here. So you're still nice and engaged. As at the same time, the gravity is bringing your hips down towards the ground. Wonderful. Now, same thing here on the other side. Bring your right hand down to the ground on your right side. If you need to, prop it up on something. Inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling, and exhale, fold it toward your right side. Look under your armpit here. And feel that long stretch from your toes to the tips of your fingers. So, as I said at the beginning, there's probably always one side is a little tighter than the other. So give it some special care here. Really send your exhale into that area of tension. Inhale, come back to center. And bring your hands out on either side of your front foot. And same thing here, we're going to come into the same active stretch. So tuck in your back toes. Come into lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, push into your front heel. So your front toes are going to come off the ground. Slightly extend the front leg. Fold over that leg just lightly as we start. Inhale, bend again that front leg, look in front of you. Exhale here. Again, extend the leg. Hips are facing in front of the mat. So try as much as possible as we do this to not round your back too much. So the goal here is not to get your forehead to your leg, really more to get your stomach on your leg. But if you're not there, don't fixate on that. You are where you need to be. Inhale, exhale. The deeper you make that exhale, the more you can go into that stretch. So remember, you can try to make that sound of the ocean with your breath here to make it deeper. And one last time. Inhale, exhale. Stay a little bit longer here. Inhale, bend again. Bring your knee to the ground. And we're going to come onto our stomach. Lie down onto your stomach here. Just take yourself a second, so make a little cushion with your hands and bring your right or left cheek onto that cushion. And breathe deeply into the ground. Feel the pressure of your stomach on the ground as you breathe. Wonderful. Bring your forehead to the ground now and extend your arms out next to you. As you inhale, send your breath now nice into your core. Exhale, bring your hands off the ground, hands and legs off the ground. Your chest comes up. You need to boat here, so strong glutes here, strong legs. Your back is also working, and send those hands back behind you as if you're trying to reach something. Exhale, back to the ground, cheek to the ground. And we're going to do it a second time. Bring your forehead once again to the ground. Inhale, exhale. Come up. Strong glutes. And your shoulders are nice and away from your ears also. Extend those fingers. Exhale, back to the ground. Make a cushion another time. And we're going to come into a cobra. So bring your forehead to the ground and your hands come under your shoulders here. Spread out your fingers. Inhale deeply. Exhale, push into your hands. Send your shoulders back. Shoulder blades are coming together. Your glutes are also strong here. Nice and tight. Don't look entirely up. Look in front of you for now. And imagine you can hold a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Your whole body's engaged here into keeping your chest up. Exhale, release down to the ground. And we're going to push ourselves up into child's pose just as a transition here. Transition to bend that spine the opposite way. And we're going to come sitting down. And extend your right leg out in front of you and bend your left leg so that you have your heel touching your pelvis.
If you have tight knees, remember you can always prop your knee onto cushion or block. Take your sitting bones out from under you, making space there. Flex your front foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring yourself forward. Reach forward with your hands. And here, if you can only reach your leg, reach wherever you can go, but remember not to pull too hard. If you can reach your toes, that's great, as long as you can keep your spine relatively straight. And engage. So you're doing the same thing as you do in downward facing dog here, as you try to extend and send your sitting bones up. So the stretch is really your whole back body here, not just your back, also the back of your leg. Look in front of you, and with each exhale, try to go a little bit deeper. Your head is what comes last. Once again, extending your exhale there. So this really works on your patience also, because it's not from one day to the next that you can come into the full stretch. It's a little bit every day. So you're working on your patience, giving your time, your body the time to get there. Great. Inhale, extend your arms in front of you and reach up slowly. Extend those arms down. And we're going to come into a light twist here. So you can either, depending on where you can reach, put your hand on your leg here on the outside of your front leg, or if you can, reach the outside of your foot. Inhale and twist. You're going to open up, look to your right side, and extend your arm out behind you straight. And use your hand here to get yourself, your left hand to get yourself into that twist. Well, remember, if you need to, you can also bring your stomach here. So put your hand on your stomach and really feel as you're coming into that twist. So it's coming from inside out. You don't need to look behind you, just look to your side. Inhale, release, come back to center. And we're going to switch to the other side. So extend your left leg straight out in front of you, and your right leg is going to be bent. Your heel is against your pelvis. Same thing here. You can prop up your knee onto a cushion if necessary. Take your sitting bones out from under you. Flex your front foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. And bring your hands down to wherever you can reach. You are where you need to be, so don't pressure yourself. Send your sitting bone back and up. And you feel that you can go a little bit deeper. Also remember not to clench with your shoulders here. You have a tendency to do that in forward bends. So we want to get further down. So just keep those shoulders away from your ears.
One last exhale. Inhale, reach your arms forward and slowly come back up. We're going to come into a light twist here. So same thing, you can reach your right arm forward onto your leg or on the outside of your front foot, whichever is more comfortable, wherever you can reach. Inhale, extend, open that chest, and bring yourself into that twist. So same thing here, you can bring yourself, feel with your stomach here as you go into the twist and reach your left arm straight behind you. And just look to your side here. Don't hurt your neck. You don't have to look all the way back. Same thing here, engage with your leg also. Inhale, release that hand. Come back to center and extend both legs out in front of you. And we're going to come into a little bit of a back bend, just light. So if you're more of a beginner, you can do this with your legs bent. So your feet are flat on the ground and you push your hips up towards the sky. You can do this perfectly with your chin in or releasing your head, or you can extend your legs out so your fingers are facing towards your body. And you can press into your heels here, set your hips up. Strong core, you're trying to bring your fingertips towards the floor. If they're not touching though, that's fine. And if that's comfortable with your neck, release it back, look back behind you. Strong glutes. Exhale, release your hips down to the ground and your head comes last. And we're going to come lying down on the ground entirely. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And we're just going to rock side to side here, give ourselves a nice little back massage. You can close your eyes here. If you want to, you can also bring your knees in and out as you rock side to side so you can really massage the bottom of your back here. And the opposite way. Great. Come to center. I'm going to come into a nice happy baby here. So a nice way to finish off the class. So bring your feet up facing the ceiling. So flex those feet. And you can take your feet from the outside with your hands. Same thing here. You can rock a little bit side to side. So with your hands, you're pulling those feet down so your knees are coming down closer to the ground. Remember that the entirety of your back here is on the ground, so you're not lifting your bum off the ground. And come to center. Find stable posture here. And feel your knees going a little bit more down towards the ground. Opening up the hips here. So It's a nice and calming posture, always nice to finish off with. To recenter yourself. Wonderful. And slowly release those legs and extend them down onto the ground. And we're going to come into one last twist. So bring your right knee in towards your chest. And with your left hand, you're going to bring that knee towards your left side, slowly twisting. Extend your right arm down on the ground, palm facing the ground. And then your neck twists and you look down to your right side. And try to keep your shoulder from coming off too much from the ground. And at the same time, trying to bring your knee to the ground. But don't push onto that knee too hard. It'll go down gradually. Inhale, come back to center. Bring that knee back to center. And extend your leg out to the ground. And same thing on the other side. Inhale your left leg into your chest. And with your right hand, bring that knee towards your right side slowly. And extend your left arm to your side, palm facing the ground. And your head comes looking to your left side. Lastly, close your eyes. And with the exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One last exhale. And inhale yourself back to center. Extend your leg out and you come to Shavasana, final posture. Open out your legs wide, extend your arms to your sides, palms facing the ceiling. Find a stable posture here. No more movement. Now we're going to take 3 deep breaths to really release to the ground, surrender to the ground. Inhale deeply, bring the air into your stomach and after into your lungs. And exhale nice and deep. Same thing, first your stomach and then your lungs. Couple more times. Inhale nice and deep. As you exhale, really imagine all your muscles releasing. Wonderful. And we're going to take a nice scan of our body, starting from the bottom, from our toes. Send a message of relaxation to your toes and your feet. Let them release. No more effort here. Your calves here. We worked on the legs, so now let them release. Let them take in all the effort. Your knees, your legs, hamstrings. Just sinking into the ground, melting. Your hips, your sitting bones, your lower back, middle, and upper back. You can repeat the sentence, I relax my back is relaxed. Your shoulders, check if they're really relaxed. Let them fall down. Your arms, hands and fingers. Your chest, as you breathe, make it as natural as possible. Just imagine that wave coming in and out from the ocean. Just as your breath comes in and out. Go through your neck also, as you're relaxed. Your head, your scalp, your forehead. So the skin is relaxed onto your skull here. Right and left eyelid. Imagine that your eyes are heavy. Your eyebrows, right and left cheek. Your mouth, your lips here are just completely neutral. Your nose, your nostrils, and finally your ears. Now just get that general image of yourself lying there on the ground, like if you were floating above yourself. A peaceful image of yourself. And we're going to lie here for a few more instants in silence. And slowly we're going to come back into our body. Take a big inhale. Start wiggling your fingers and toes, hands and feet. Give yourself a nice and big stretch. And roll over to your side. Keep your eyes closed and push into your hand. Come into seated again. Cross your legs. And we're going to finish off with 3 ohms as we started. Bring your hands in the air. Take a big inhale.
last Feel the vibration inside you. Bring your hands down to your knees. And slowly open your eyes. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the class. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed the class. Leave any comments in the comments section. I always enjoy to see your comments. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And I will see you very soon for the next class.